of Tamil Nadu fishermen is a hot button in state politics, and this issue is not a new one. It dates back decades. Amid the raging controversy, Tamil Nadu BJP chief K. Annamalai has accused Congress and the ruling party DMK to be complicit in creating this problem. In an exclusive interview with India Today's SoSouth, he made allegations that by handing over Katchatheevu fishing rights to Sri Lanka, the Congress and the DMK were the originators of this issue. This is what he said.
The kind of changes Tamil Nadu has seen under the central government is humongous. A lot of changes we have seen. We believe the fishermen of Tamil Nadu have benefited the most under PM's rule. Especially going to the high seas, coming back safely. And our fishermen are safe, there is no killing, there is no shooting, there is no firing.
Fishermen are safe?
Yes, I can give you data. If you look at pre-2014...
Every day fishermen are being
arrested. Arrest is something which you and me can't control.
They are attacked mid-sea.
Arrest is something... Before 2014, if I can give you a data, if you are kind enough to put in your TV, if you can analyze the data from 1947 to 2014, the per capita death in every year fishermen, if you compare from 2014 to 23, it is 5 times down. It is 5 times down. 47 killings in the last 34 years in the high sea in Sri Lanka. Now where is the killing?
But there is no end to their trouble as well. Their livelihoods are being destroyed.
You have to understand, these are areas where fishermen cross the national boundaries. You have to understand that. Because the fishermen are used to a boundary where Kachatheevu was not there. Now after 1972, when Congress gifted Kachatheevu to Sri Lanka, the so-called artificial boundaries came. But the fishermen of Tamil Nadu, they want to go very far because they believe that is their right to go. 1972, artificially you put a line and said, this is the border between India and Sri Lanka. That is not our making. It is the Congress making when DMK was in power. So they have to understand when a fisherman is getting arrested, what is the BJP doing? Again, I have a statistics to tell you. The number of days an Indian fisherman spent in a Sri Lankan jail is 3 times down than a Congress period. So that is why I mentioned the fishermen.
But even the Chief Minister in his recent letter to the External Affairs Minister, he said even though there was a high-level meeting that took place between Prime Minister Modi and Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe, the situation on ground has not changed.
What hasn't changed?
Fishermen are still being arrested.
I have personally gone to the northeastern Sri Lanka. I know what is happening in the ground. This CM doesn't move out of Chennai. What does he know about India-Sri Lankan problem? Listening to his advisors, writing a letter, he thinks he can solve that problem. I have visited Sri Lanka twice. I have met the Douglas Devananda, there was a fisheries minister. I have gone and personally met. I have met the Indian fishermen in Sri Lankan jail. So better the Chief Minister of the state not educate us what is happening in the ground. The BJP made efforts to go to Sri Lanka and the government of India is making efforts to bring them. Sitting in an AC room, listening to an IAS officer, not even going to Sri Lanka, not even knowing what is happening in the ground, he can only write letters. He can only make arguments and noise. The same Chief Minister's father, when he was ruling here, or when he was part of the central government, 1,60,000 people got killed. Are they not complicit to it? Did India not share intelligence to the Sri Lankan at that point of time to the Rajapakses? What were they doing sitting in central government? When the Kachatheevu was gifted in 1972, who was Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister? So better our Chief Minister answer all this question before lecturing us on the Indian-Sri Lankan issue and what is happening in the ground. But if it is somebody who is trying to solve this problem, as a political party, it is BJP in Tamil Nadu. As a government, it is Modi ji in Sri Lanka. Because we are solving with the Sri Lankan issue, one after the other.
Annamalai is talking about an unresolved dispute over the territory of Kachatheevu. Long before the conflict, long before it was signed over to Sri Lanka, the 163-acre island territory was used by the fishermen of India and Sri Lanka both for fishing. It is a decades-long issue between the two countries as we often come across the news of Indian fishermen being arrested by Sri Lankan Navy. The issue emerged when both the countries signed 4 maritime boundary agreements between 1974 to 76. The agreements marked the international maritime boundary of India and Sri Lanka. After this, the Indian fishermen were only allowed to the island of Katchatheevu for resting, net drying and the annual St. Anthony's festival. They were not permitted to use the island for fishing. However, the Indian fishermen continued to trespass the Sri Lankan water boundary, searching for the better catch in the area. Now let's see if what Annamalai said had any merits. According to him, there have been no fishermen deaths since Prime Minister Narendra Modi came to power. While we do not agree to the numbers presented by the BJP chief, we do believe what he says has merit as he is stating the facts about what happened. He said the treaty was signed by the Congress at the center. Yes, it is true. Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister who gifted Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka in 1972 when Sirimavu Bandaranike was the Prime Minister there. Annamalai also talks about current Tamil Nadu CM's father being the chief minister when the maritime boundaries were drawn, granting Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka and creating the issue for Tamil fishermen. That is also a fact. M. Karunanidhi was the chief minister at the time when the maritime boundary treaties were signed. DMK was also allied with Congress when the treaty happened. With Annamalai going on a Padayatra just like Rahul Gandhi did last year, should the DMK be worried that Kachatheevu is once again at the forefront of the state politics? This is Madhumita and you're watching India Today SoSouth.